My name is Saeed and I am the founder of Money, Real Estate and More. This platform and the program is founded based on the premise that an ordinary person can achieve extraordinary financial success through practicing, working, or investing in real estate. Our goal and objectives are to bring you all the resources you need and help you achieve remarkable financial success. We will bring you coaches, trainers, and mentors. We will bring you sources for money and opportunities, and we will have living examples of ordinary people practicing and investing in real estate, sharing their success stories with you. And now, I would like to welcome my guest to the program. I have had the pleasure of knowing him for the past 15 years. He is the founder of Mark One Mortgage and Mark One Wealth Academy, a man of faith and principle. Mark Prather, I'd like to welcome you. Thank you for joining me, Mark.
Thank you, Saeed. It's great to be here.
Good to have you with us. Why don't we start with having you share your bio, a little bit of work history with our viewers.
Yeah, I started in the real estate industry right out of high school, 1977. So it's been a long time, over 40 years
You're giving
now.
up your age.
Yeah. Got out of high school, actually graduated early, got my real estate license. 4 years later, I started Mark One Mortgage and have been doing it ever since. So
4 years from
when I started in '77.
Right,
so basically, 1981, I
Okay.
founded Mark One Mortgage and have had it ever since. So, so we've been around for quite a long time.
Wow. If I'm not mistaken, you've also published a book too?
Yes.
Can you share with us?
I have 3 books, but one specific to real estate.
Okay.
The book is called Why the Rich Stay Rich and the Poor Stay Poor. Here's why I titled it, Why the Rich Stay Rich and the Poor Stay Poor. My father had a 7th grade education. You know, my mother dropped out of school in high school. You know, my parents got married when they were 17, so I was born when they were 18. So obviously, you know, they didn't know much about anything when you're, you know, they were young people. And the environment that I grew up in, it was very low income, and not only family but friends and so on. But I look at that as it's been a tremendous blessing to me in many ways, because what I learned from that is people's belief systems. To me, I've learned that there's literally nothing more important than what you believe.
Absolutely.
It is the foundation of everything.
Yeah, it makes you or breaks you.
And here's what's really sad in this country. 90% of the people will never change their life circumstance. The rich stay rich, the middle class stay middle class, and the poor stay poor. And the reason they stay that way, and where it starts from, is because they believe
there's
that's
no
where
other
they
option.
belong.
They don't know any better. Exactly. Yeah.
This is my lot in life.
Right.
So if you believe you're going to be poor, then they accept that. And the path to elevating our lives is a combination of, first is effort, and second is knowledge.
One of the topics I'd like to break down with you in this is how a house is viewed as a liability or an asset. And I'd like to have you share your views with the audience.
This question of, is a house an asset or a liability? The general analysis, and if you remember Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Robert Kiyosaki, and he talks about that in his book and his training, the house is a liability. GAAP accounting, you know, generally accepted accounting principle says
it's a liability.
The house is a liability.
Right.
And the reason fundamentally that the house is viewed as a liability is because it does not create income for you. There's just the expense of paying it. But here's the flaw in that approach, is that 80% of the average American's net worth is their home, is the equity in their home. Renters, it's almost impossible for a renter to ever retire. The average net worth of a renter is less than $20,000. So here's the question, and here's the incredible opportunity that agents are unaware of, is that the home, I don't see how you can categorize where 80% of a person's net worth is a liability. How can that is incongruent? The home is the greatest wealth creator of any investment in this country, bar none.
You and I are in real estate, we understand it, but the general public doesn't have that understanding.
Absolutely.
And we need to bring it to their attention and bring some awareness to them.
But it even extends beyond the general public, because it extends to the agents themselves. Because, and the critical point to this question is, the agents sell the home as if it were a liability. and meaning that they're selling a home as if it were a refrigerator, a washer, a dryer, a car, where it has no financial
That
value.
brings me to my next question, which is basically people's belief system projects their value to the outside world. So an individual, an agent, or anybody else, if they want to project value to their clients, they need to change their belief system first and then to convey that, to the outsiders. How does your Mark I Wealth Academy bring that opportunity to the realtors?
Great question, Saeed. And here's, as I said, everything revolves around what we believe. See, as a salesperson, when I do these training events with agents, one of the questions I'll ask was, what's the hardest thing to do in the sales process? And it's the beginning. It's the first 60 seconds. It's that beginning of that conversation. The beginning of the conversation as a salesperson, though, is rooted in what you believe about yourself and your value. The reason the top producers are top producers is because they believe in their value. They look and say, I'm the best in the business. And they approach every conversation with every client that way. And the client, that belief system and that confidence just oozes all over the client. The client's like, wow, this person really must be good, because they believe it. See, if you don't believe in yourself, that insecurity and that doubt comes through, and then you make the other person, so if you doubt yourself, they're going to doubt you,
I
right?
agree with
and
you
you're going
100%.
nowhere. See, here's where the big opportunity and where the flaw is. Real estate agents have been trained to wait until someone says, I have a need. Agents have been trained forever asking the question, are you or anybody you know interested in buying or selling real estate?
Right.
And if they say, no, I'm good, I'm not really interested right now, what does the agent do?
Next one. Yeah.
They move on. Wrong question. There's a huge difference between what I call chasing need and creating need.
Yeah.
But the reason they ask this question is because of what agents believe about real estate. They believe it's a liability and not an asset, and they don't understand the wealth dynamics of even what the home can create.
You've had the mortgage company for almost 40 years now, but the Wealth Academy is fairly new compared to your mortgage company. What, 2 years about?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Well, the idea was 4 years ago. We really launched about 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What inspired you to do this?
Over my life journey, that burden that so many of us carry, probably 90% of the people worry about money. And that worrying about money is a 24/7 issue. It doesn't matter where you are, you worry about money. And here's the reason we worry, because of uncertainty. I had a massive heart attack at 49.
I remember.
Because of stress, financial stress, the stress of this industry. I don't want people to experience that. I was in bad shape. So I have a great, deep-rooted compassion to help everybody, whether it's agents, consumers, and to take what I've learned, which is this path of how people can become wealthy. And real estate provides solutions that no other asset can provide, like you can become rich without saving money.
Right.
That's awesome, right?
Right. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. That's very noble. That's very noble, and I want to emphasize to my viewers that Mark and I are competitors. He does loans and so do I. But the fact that I bring somebody who competes with me in the business on my platform and I talk about him and I promote him because I truly believe in who this individual is. I truly believe in their business practices, and I would love to have clean competition. And if you are in that category, I would love to have you on my show. As we wrap up the program, I'd like to remind you all that real estate is an amazing field. Achieving success in real estate is not a rocket science. It can be achieved with hard work and discipline. Aside from hard work and discipline, you need to network and rub elbows with accomplished people, with achievers and those who are a step or two ahead of you and can complement you and your services and can make you look good in front of your clients, especially your prospects and clients. If anyone can make you look good, if anyone can teach you a thing or two, it is Mark Prather. Mark, thanks for being on the program. And any final thoughts?
Believe. Believe in yourself. Open your mind to learning, because it starts with believing. What we're doing is it's exciting. It's growing very rapidly. Look out for some of our events on how you can access this gigantic untapped real estate market. Thank
Wonderful.
you, Syed. Appreciate
Wonderful. If you want to succeed, you got to change your belief system. You got to change from within before you can project it to the outsiders. Mark, thanks for being with us again, and I appreciate your time and your friendship more than anything else. And I hope that you could come back and we bring more of your programs and opportunities to our viewers.
Thank you, Syed.
Of course. This has been another episode of More and More Resources, brought to you by people and resources committed to your success here at Money, Real Estate, and More. Thank you for watching, and until next time, cheers to you and your success.